So, guys, today we'd be reacting to a short animated movie. It's known as There's a Man in the Woods. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I've heard about this movie quite a lot, and on top of that, I may have watched it as well in the past, but that was like a really long time ago. I don't exactly remember what happens in this video. I have a bad memory in that regard, but we're going to find out. So stick around and we'll see what it is because a lot of people have recommended to me that I should watch this movie. And the reason for that is that it somehow has a psychological element to it. And since I'm a student of psychology, they think that I should probably react to this. So here we go.
There's a man in the woods.
That's how the rumors began. Of course, Sid had spotted him first. The poor kids. He got him immersed in a spiel about a serial killer whose gun barrel glint hints at peril. A visit to the nurse, or worse, a hearse waiting just beyond the dale.
Damn.
The
So basically, we have like a few characters established. There's this guy, all right, he's reminiscing about his past. He might have been like the headmaster of a school, and then there is this one antisocial kid who really goes around scaring people about how there is some entity in the woods who would be very, very harmful to them if they approach him, and hence nobody is now going towards the honeysuckle anymore. The treat that they all liked so much, and it's basically a genius plan devised by the antisocial kid in order to make sure that he gets to keep all the honeysuckle.
children saw him everywhere. Look, over there. That man had Batman ears. We swear. And crazy yellow eyes. We saw something rusty. His shotgun? It must be. I saw a lady's severed thigh. Trust me, every word I heard was absurd. Yet each day, Sid would stray down way past the playground. Who else was brave enough to save us from the killer's next plot? The rest of the lot would stop back at the blacktop. Drove them all home. The parents finally heard.
Oh,
Everything
the
just
Batman.
blew up. I received a wall of emails and calls full of shrieks, wails, and all from terrified families who'd heard word of the murderer and didn't like my lack of action at all. What was I supposed to do? Comb the whole forest? Yeah, right. Would you? That means I didn't care? That's not fair. The stories that worried you weren't true. Of course, I would feel regret had there been a real threat and I ignored it, and some poor kid got kidnapped while the kids were napping. But you couldn't admit that your good little kid would formulate a fib, so he ignored what I said. Your little angels could never cook up such incredible creations. An overactive imagination, maybe, but my kid could never lie. How dare I? Accuse
Man, this is like a problem in today's society. That whenever like there is a tussle between the teacher and the student, this is not very common in Indian subcontinent, by the way. I might just add that. But I believe that the West may have this because it's being depicted here, and also because it's very stereotypical of West students. That whenever there is a tussle between the teacher and the kid, the parents are going to side with the kid. They're going to say that okay, he must have not done this and anything like that. It's actually a very good idea as well because this is actually a long debate as to the origin of evil. Are kids evil by nature? Is there evil in kids or is it inculcated in them? I mean, if you dig down deep, you may find different opinions about this. Some people say that kids are born all great and they are angelic. Others believe that that's as far away from the truth as it can be.
a child of being dishonest, just monstrous. The parents were displeased at what the PTA took out. Do you know how difficult it is to get a job when a bitter mom slanders your rep with child neglect from the outset? Now who's in control of your classes? Single file lines? Single file lines.
Okay.
Single file
Did
swine,
this?
a killer by the pines? Really? Are you blind? Will you find your spines? Sid, a child decides to fill our minds with lies, and the next thing you see is people treating me like I'm committing crimes. I was in my
This descended really deep down into a black hole of despair. Uh, I do remember that there was like an emotional roller coaster because I remember watching this video. I remember a few emotions that I felt, but I'd forgotten this part in particular. That yeah, this guy got fired. This headmaster, this school teacher got fired, and then he had to, really face a lot of troubles, man, because it's not easy if you have one really really bad experience, or if you have like a really bad allegation after you, then it's almost impossible for you to get a job anymore, especially in like the kids school industry and everything like that. It's very hard for him to get a job in the academia.
Right! Those kids were lucky to have me. Do you see what you did? But I can play along. I can be good. Do you hear that, Sid? There's a man in the woods.
Oh, what? Oh, come on, what is the positioning of this card right here? Come on. I mean, I do understand what happened. Like, he became the man in the woods. He became the true story, and like he probably is going to hurt that child right now, or something like that. He's going to manifest the rumor, the nightmarish rumor that the kid spread. The kid basically spoke him into existence. The kid basically spoke the demon into existence. He acted out a life that actually gave rise to monster that did not exist, but his false lies actually became the truth. That if you actually care enough, then you can dig deep down enough and find philosophical elements in this story. But regardless of that, I find this story to be amazing because it's only 3 minutes and 35 seconds long, right? And basically, the credits start rolling in at 3:27. That means that the story is only 3:26, right? So that's really good. That's a really powerful storytelling measure right there. On top of that, the entire thing rhymes. It's really, really gripping, and the visuals are just stunning. You would imagine that whenever somebody's animating something, then there's going to be a cartoonish feel to it, which I would agree. I thought that there it was, but it's just amazing, to be very honest. So yeah, I'll leave the link down below in the description as usual. And this whole video only has one stance: 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, 3 million, right? Well, I mean, 3 million is not a lot by today's standards at any cost. I mean, it's more than any of my videos, but still, I believe that this short story should receive more attention. So, if you're into these kinds of things, if you're into animated movies, or if you're into some gripping storytelling, then I think you should definitely check out this channel. And yeah, have a good day. Take care.